Right now, in this very moment, you are speaking a language you never studied. You didn't learn it in school. No textbook ever explained its grammar. And yet, you have used it every single day of your life, in every relationship, every negotiation, every first impression you've ever made. This language has decided whether people trusted you, whether they respected you, whether they wanted to be near you, often before you said a single word. Here is the unsettling truth. Research on human communication consistently suggests that the vast majority of what we say to each other has nothing to do with our vocabulary. It's carried in posture, in the set of your shoulders, in the half-second flicker across your face before you compose yourself, in the pace of your breath, the angle of your chin, the silence between your sentences. This is the secret language. Not secret because it's hidden, but secret because almost no one is ever taught to read it, let alone speak it deliberately. To understand why this language exists, we have to go back, long before written words, long before spoken grammar, to a time when survival depended entirely on reading another being correctly and instantly. A predator's stance, a rival's hesitation, a stranger's intention. Early humans who could read danger, trust, and dominance in a glance lived longer than those who could not. Over hundreds of thousands of years, this became etched into us, not as a skill we choose to learn, but as an instinct we cannot switch off. Long before the first word was ever spoken, the body was already fluent. And then language arrived, spoken, written, refined, and something strange happened. We began to believe that words were where communication lived. We built entire civilizations around vocabulary, rhetoric, and argument, while the older, deeper language kept operating quietly in the background, ignored but never absent. Today, we obsess over what to say in an interview, a first date, a difficult conversation, while remaining almost entirely unconscious of how we are saying it with our bodies the entire time. This is the blind spot that costs people more than they realize. The candidate who says all the right things but radiates nervous uncertainty. The leader whose words inspire but whose posture betrays doubt. The friend who insists everything is fine while their entire body says otherwise. We are constantly leaking truth through this unspoken channel and constantly reading it in others, usually without knowing we're doing either. But here is where the story turns. The people who rise the fastest, who are remembered the longest, who seem to walk into a room and simply command it, they are not luckier than everyone else. They are, whether by instinct or intention, fluent in this older language. The great negotiators read hesitation before it becomes a word. The great leaders project calm before they offer a single instruction. The great performers hold a room silent before they even open their mouths. What looks like natural charisma is very often mastery, conscious or not, of the language beneath language. And this is the promise this exploration is built on. This is not a mystical gift reserved for the naturally magnetic. It is a skill. It has patterns. It has structure. It can be studied, understood, and, most importantly, deliberately developed by anyone willing to pay attention. Because once you realize that your body has been speaking this entire time, whether you intended it to or not, a powerful question emerges. What if you stopped leaving it to chance? What if the same instinctive system that has shaped how people perceive you your entire life could be understood, refined, and directed with purpose? Here's something most people never stop to consider. You cannot lie in this language. Not really. Not for long. Words can be rehearsed, edited, polished until they say exactly what you want them to say. But the body doesn't rehearse. It reveals. A forced smile fades a half-second too fast. Genuine ease has no flicker at all. This is why, across every culture, in every era, humans have trusted what they see over what they hear. Because on some buried level, we all know the truth. The mouth can perform, but the body confesses. So let's break down what this confession actually sounds like. Posture is the opening statement. Before you've said a word, your spine has already told a room whether you believe you belong in it. Eye contact is the handshake of trust. Held too briefly, it signals evasion. Held with ease, it signals nothing to hide. Micro-expressions are the leaks, the flash of doubt, irritation, or delight that crosses a face in less than a second, faster than the conscious mind can suppress it. And tone, the rhythm, the pace, the warmth or edge in a voice, is the emotional subtitle running beneath every sentence, often saying something completely different from the words themselves. But here is the piece almost no one talks about. This language is not one-directional. It's a conversation, and your nervous system is constantly answering it in others without your permission. When someone stands with quiet confidence, the people around them unconsciously soften. When someone radiates tension, a room tightens without knowing why. This is called mirroring, and it means something profound. The energy you carry into a space doesn't just represent you. It actively shapes the emotional state of everyone in it. You are not just being read. You are broadcasting, and people are receiving whether they realize it or not. This is where the story stops being about awareness and starts being about power, quiet, deliberate power. Because if this language can be read, it can also be spoken on purpose. Straightening your posture doesn't just change how you look. It measurably changes how you feel, sending calm signals back to your own brain. Slowing your breath before a difficult moment doesn't just steady your voice. It visibly steadies the room. Holding steady eye contact a beat longer doesn't just seem confident. It begins to build confidence, because the body often leads the mind, not the other way around. But there's a warning folded into this power. You cannot fake this language for long, and you shouldn't try to. The goal was never to perform calm you don't feel or manufacture confidence as a mask. The real mastery is deeper. Cultivating genuine steadiness within yourself, because the body doesn't broadcast a performance. It broadcasts a state. Change the internal state, and the signal changes automatically, effortlessly, honestly. This is what separates people who are merely liked from people who are remembered. Not louder words, not more charisma, just a quieter, steadier language, spoken on purpose instead of leaked by accident, that tells every room they enter. This person is calm. This person is real. This person can be trusted. You have been fluent in this language your entire life, whether you meant to be or not. The only question left is the one that matters most. Starting today, what is your body about to say before you speak a single word?